Hello there, this is FairBinaryOptions.com, and for today's analysis I would like to talk about the euro and the US dollar. As yesterday our US dollar Canadian dollar was really a hit as it expired in the money, and now we also have let's say the put place for the US dollar Canadian dollar based on yesterday's analysis. However, this is the euro US dollar, and I would like to mention that we have two bearish, let's say bottoming, not bearish, bullish patterns, so two bottoming patterns on the euro and the US dollar. First of them is being called a running variation of a contracting triangle, and this one comes after a falling trend. So you have a trend that is moving to the downside, like it is our euro US dollar bearish trend, and then you have a running variation of a contracting triangle. Now, whenever you hear the word running, it means that actually the pattern is not, or the corrective wave is not going to correct the previous move, and that means it should end above or below, depending on the previous trend's direction, above or below that low of the previous wave. In this case it is A, B, C, D, E, and then another move lower for the last leg lower. The contracting triangle is this one, should go within the A and C and B and D trend line, like this, and like this, and that is a reversal pattern. Why? Such a pattern is a topping formation or a bottoming formation. It is a topping formation if the prior trend moves to the upside, and it is a bottoming formation if the prior trend moves to the downside. In our case, the prior trend is definitely on the short side or on the downside, and therefore the triangle in this scenario is looking exactly like this. This to be wave A, this to be the B wave, the C wave, the D, and then the E wave, of course, and then the floor broke under the euro US dollar. However, like mentioned, this is a bottoming formation. It has specific targets and specific rules and specific distance for price to travel to the downside. That would be the triangle. It is mandatory for it to contract, so it is a running variation of a contracting triangle. So it is mandatory for it to contract, and normally the path of least resistance should be now to the upside. Now this is the first reversal pattern that we discussed at the beginning of this recording. The second one is a potential falling wedge. This to be the first wave which is extended, that to be the second, the third, the fourth, and the fifth, and the falling wedge to actually look like this from here to here. Let's make it of a different color so that we are not mixing the two patterns. And from here to here, and price now is struggling with the 2 to 4 trend line. Basically, you might say, well, this falling wedge here is quite small and ugly. I agree, it is small and ugly, but sometimes ugly things give birth to beautiful creatures. So why not this being the fifth wave? So everything here to be a third and the fourth and the fifth, and then market to move to the upside. What should be the target to the upside if you were to trade the regular spot market? Well, the target to the upside normally should be the previous B to D trend line, and where there is the moment where price should find some resistance. I would say that even that resistance is going to be broken, but in a corrective fashion. Now, if you are trading the euro US dollar on the long term, make sure that any rally in the 132 area probably is going to be sold. I would say that the euro US dollar will have has a bouncing potential from this moment on, and levels above 130 should come as well. The move from the highs is clearly a 5-way structure, and bears probably will look to book some profits ahead of the next FOMC meeting that is due shortly. two bearish pattern, two bottom informations, a running variation of a contract in triangle and a falling wedge suggest we should trade the Euro US dollar to the upside, and 2 to 4 trend line of a potential falling wedge there is broken as well. Therefore, doing nothing but taking the trade, that's right here, buying call options with end of week expiration date on the Euro US dollar at these current levels. End of week expiration date means by the time the US markets on Friday are closing, the US equity markets. Thank you very much. Have a great day, and make sure you check fairbinaryoptions.com. Make sure you check our Binary Options Academy and see all the projects and educational theories that we have there. Thank you, and bye bye.